Hello everyone, Lytra Storm here, and today we'll be continuing What If Vegeta Went to Supreme Kai's planet after Namek. In the last part, a lot of stuff happened, so let's go ahead and get a recap before we continue on. Dende wished everyone off of Namek except for Goku and Frieza, as well as Vegeta since he wanted him to die in Namek's explosion. He escaped on one of the pods and crash-landed on Supreme Kai's planet, where he was trained and then returned to Earth. He killed Frieza and King Cold and bodied Goku in just his base form. Trunks warned them all of the androids, and Vegeta easily killed all of them. The Z Fighters spent time in the time chamber and fought Vegeta to prevent him from destroying Earth, and Goku instant transmissioned them both to Yardrat. Vegeta killed Goku and began living there until the Supreme Kai and Kibito appeared 7 years later, telling them that they found a lead on Babidi on Earth. And that is where we begin today's video. If you guys enjoy it, please be sure to like and subscribe, as it shows me you guys want me to keep making this type of content, and less than half of my viewers end up subscribing, so it really helps out the channel. Let's try and shoot for 150 likes to get part 3 early. As always, be sure to join my Discord and follow me on Twitter. Links in the description. Alright, so as I stated, both Kais arrive and tell Vegeta that they need him to help defeat Babidi back on Earth. Vegeta agrees to do this, as he should be able to leave Yardrat and start his empire as he planned before. After he does all that, he could also finish things on Earth. Kibito gives Vegeta back his original outfit. Shin offered Vegeta to once again try and train with the Z-Sword before they go, and he accepted. This time, he used his base and lifted it out of the ground. He swung it with relative ease, and eventually it became complete ease. Vegeta asked Shin to throw the hardest thing he can, and the Supreme Kai threw meat, and the Supreme Kai threw a block of Kachin. The Z-Sword then broke, and the Elder Kai came out. Everyone was shocked, and the Elder Kai thanked Vegeta for freeing him. He then offered to unlock Vegeta's potential, and he decided to do so. Supreme Kai and Kibito then headed to Earth and entered themselves and Vegeta into the Tenkaichi Budokai. Luckily, Vegeta had a late match, giving him just enough time for the Elder Kai to finish and give Vegeta the ultimate form. Now, people think this form depends on your potential, but there's no real way to gauge what Vegeta's multiplier to the form would be in relative to Gohan's, so I'm just going to stick with the regular multiplier that Gohan shows. Anyway, let's move on. The Budokai is starting, and the three of them enter. Vegeta is seen by everyone entering from Earth, being Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin. 18 can't enter because she's dead. Vegeta also sees Goku and realizes that he's there. He asks how, and Goku, along with everyone else, is shocked. Goku explains that he had help to come back for 24 hours. Goku then asks how he got to Earth, and why he wasn't attacking anyone. Vegeta told him that he came here for a job. Goku was confused, but eventually the whole Yamu and Spopovich thing still happens to Gohan. Everyone then heads off to Babidi's palace. There, the Supreme Kai and Goku talk, with Goku talking about how he's met Vegeta before. Shin is intrigued and wants to know more, like how he ended up on Yardrat, but they had made it to Babidi's lair, and so they all stopped. Dabura kills Yamu and Spopovich, and kills Kibito before attempting to turn Piccolo and Krillin into stone. He actually missed though due to their Kaioken and base speed being faster than in canon. The gang then go into Babidi's lair, and the fights go the same as in canon. The only thing that changes is Gohan versus Dabura, because here Gohan isn't nearly strong enough to compare, as he didn't go in the time chamber with Goku like in canon, and so Piccolo challenges him instead. Piccolo uses the Kaioken various times to outspeed and overpower Dabura. In base, Dabura had a pretty good edge though. Piccolo is able to win after he uses the Kaioken along with the Masenko to finish the job. Babidi then begins attempting to control Vegeta. Shin continually tells Vegeta to fight it, but he still becomes Majin Vegeta. All of his hatred for Kakarot and Earth floods out, and he admits to letting Babidi control him. The Supreme Kai tells him that he regrets training him, and Vegeta tells him that with this power, he could defeat Majin Buu after Kakarot. This Vegeta is weaker than Goku because he only trained on Yardrat, never learning anything from them and being a hermit. He trained on his own in those conditions, while Goku trained in Otherworld with much better conditions. However, when he went Majin, he far surpassed Kakarot. The Supreme Kai gets in front of Goku, and he tells him to move, stating that this isn't the first time Vegeta's done this. Shin is shocked, and then goes along with Piccolo and Gohan to find Babidi and kill him. Vegeta and Goku battle as Super Saiyan 2s, but it's becoming apparent that Vegeta will win. Upon seeing this, Goku tells Vegeta he has even higher power than this, and the prince is ready for him to reveal it. He goes Super Saiyan 3 after a while of powering up, and Vegeta reveals his ultimate form, the ultimate form. With a higher base and a transformation that grants him more of an increase than Super Saiyan 3, or at least relative, he will beat Goku pretty handedly. Goku begins to realize he's losing and powers down, not wanting to lose all the time on Earth. Vegeta then decided that it was time to finish Goku, and so he aimed a blast at him and prepared to fire. But that's when Goten came charging in and hit Vegeta in his back. A blue blast and fired at Vegeta. This came from Krillin. Krillin grabbed Goku, and then they escaped along with Goten. Vegeta planned on hunting them down, but he sensed a much larger energy, Majin Buu. He then headed off in that direction instead. Ultimate Majin Vegeta arrived on the scene with Supreme Kai and Gohan on the ground. Vegeta looked toward Buu and told him to face him. The two clashed, but Vegeta had a massive advantage. By this point, his Super Saiyan 2 form would surpass Buu, and so Ultimate would be overkill. He easily atomizes Buu with a Big Bang attack. He tossed the Supreme Kai over his back and took him over to where Kibito had died. He then set off to Capsule Corp, where he took the Dragon Balls and heard a small boy's voice as he began to leave. Vegeta turns around and sees his son, Trunks. He wasn't wearing a gi, instead average clothes. He asked who he was, and he responded that he was Vegeta, his father. Trunks told him that his mom never talked about his father, and he was always wondering what happened to him. Trunks ran over and hugged his leg, not knowing of all the things Vegeta had done. Vegeta looked down at him with a somewhat regretful and caring look before his face returned to the signature frown. He then flew fast with the Dragon Balls in his arms and Trunks on his leg. Vegeta landed on the ground and threw the Dragon Balls. He then summoned Shenron. The first wish he made was to revive Kibito. The second was to recreate Frieza's old ship that had been on Earth before he left. The ship appeared in front of him. The camera pans around Vegeta as he makes his final wish. Wipe this boy's memory. Shenron told him that his wishes were granted as he disappeared and the Dragon Balls scattered. Vegeta then knocked Trunks unconscious and set him in the ship. He set the ship to stay in the atmosphere as he told Shin and Kibito to get off Earth telepathically. They teleported back to their world as Vegeta flew slightly above the planet before firing a blast at it, forcing it to collapse and explode. Nobody survived. Goku was erased from existence due to already being dead as he died. Vegeta flew into the atmosphere and into his new ship. He then began flying across the galaxy. Trunks woke up and asked where he was and what was going on. Vegeta told him that they were just leaving a planet. Trunks asked who he was, and Vegeta said that he was his father. Vegeta put lies in Trunks' head and said that he had gotten into an accident that damaged his memory. He also began training Trunks during this time. Oh yeah, also his Majin mark went away due to Babdi's death. Vegeta eventually stumbled upon the remains of the Frieza Force and told Trunks to wait in the ship. He stepped out and stepped onto the planet that they were occupying. He told them all that they would join him or they would die. A lot of them rushed at Vegeta, still believing that he is a weaker Saiyan. He easily killed every single one of them, without being hit. Sorbet then agreed that they would join him, and so they did. Notable members would be Sorbet, Berry Blue, Togama, and Shisami. He trained them all up along with his son Trunks, who achieved Super Saiyan in no time. One day Vegeta came across a planet called Vampa, in which he found Broly and Paragus. Paragus told Broly to attack, and so he did. However, Vegeta realized that they were Saiyans and told them to stop. He wanted them to join his empire, but Paragus refused, and so Vegeta agreed to fight Broly. He used his base form and eventually excelled through all the forms until he got to Ultimate. Remember that Vegeta and Broly are nowhere near their canon counterparts when they fight in the Broly movie. He isn't able to tap into all of it though, as Paragus doesn't die. So he only goes into Ikari, which Vegeta has trouble with, but is somewhat able to handle since he'll only be growing at the level of Vegeta's ultimate form and not Super Saiyan God. Broly runs out of steam and Vegeta knocks him unconscious. He tells Paragus that he's nothing like his father and won't outcast them. In fact, he welcomes Broly's strength as that's what he's looking for. Paragus changes his mind slightly and gets in the main ship which holds the actual named characters. Years pass, and finally the Beerus saga is among us. Beerus searches for the strongest Saiyan, and Whis brings up someone who defeated Frieza but is no longer existing. However, it appears that there is someone who killed both Frieza and his father and is now running their empire, Vegeta. And that's where we'll end part 2 of this series. Stay tuned for part 3 as it will be the finale, And be sure to like to get it out sooner. 150 likes is the goal. Hopefully you all enjoy where I've gone with the series thus far. It's changed a lot of the series to where it's nothing like the original. But maybe in part 3 it'll start to line up again. Or maybe not. Guess you'll have to find out. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed, but as always, tell me if you liked this part, tell me what you think will happen next, comment your requests for future videos, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.